Welcome back to Be Lifted Up, your guide to living an abundant life. D, we're going to have a great show today because we have a great guest. And I want to talk about this idea of being in blessed mode, which whenever I'm around you, I'm in that mode anyway. But talk about getting there, staying there in the blessed mode, because our guest is really going to take us there today.
Yep. No, I'm excited. All right. So Kel Mitchell, you know, I know you were part of an initiative last year, YP 1000, and I started, I would say, following Kel online and all of his work. So because I was really impressed to see just that he's a creative, a genius in acting, but he also is a man of God. So anyway, we want to be respectful and mindful of time, as the church would say, you know, as the church would say. Hey there, Kel.
Hey, what's happening? What is up? What's up?
You tell us what's up. You got a book that's doing great, Blessed Mode. You just dropped a hip hop single of the same name. I heard a rumor that a music video is coming. Talk to us in general about your path as a man of faith, and also how that's informing some of the things you're doing creatively as a world-class performer, entertainer. We all know Good Burger, Kenan and Kel. You've been with us for a long time, brother, a whole generation, maybe two. But talk about everything that you're doing now. And of course, you're a youth pastor at Spirit Food Christian Center. It's amazing. You're a perfect guest for the show. But talk about where you are now, what you're doing, and why you're doing it.
Why I'm doing it? I'm doing it to be transparent. I'm doing it to empower. I'm doing it to let people know that they are beautifully and wonderfully made. I'm doing it because mental health is such a serious thing. A lot of people are hurting. I'm doing it because a lot of people need to be healed and know that Jesus can provide that healing when they decide to look through the eyes of God and not look at it through, at what I'm seeing in the natural. Because, when you have faith, you got to understand that, okay, these ideas, these creative things, and this breakthrough that I know God has shown me that I can get through whatever situation or whatever thing that I'm dealing with, I can get through it. Through this obstacle, I can get through it. God is showing me, but in the natural, I'm not seeing it just yet. But what I want people to know, when you stay within blessed mode and when you stay in that focus, that God is saying, I'm going to get you there. That is the beautiful thing. And when you get there, it's okay, now I can help my brother and sister that might be going through something that I went through a year ago, 2 weeks ago, and I can show them how to get through it. Because at the end of the day, we are ambassadors for Christ. We are influencers for Christ. And that is the thing that we are. And that's what the enemy is so crazy about it, because he wants to stop our influence. He wants to stop our influence. He wants to stop us from going and helping others and letting them know about the love that God has. That's the thing. And so it's so important to me, being a celebrity, being within this business, that I show them the God in me. And the reason I'm able to do what I'm doing, or even I'm on the platforms that I'm on, it's all ministry. It's all about setting people free, even especially this last week. But it just in general, with celebrities, we are people too. So it's a thing of, it's no difference. Everyone goes through their own journey, their own emotions. They have their own stories, their own ups and downs. But at the end of the day, everybody needs to receive healing from things that they are dealing with. Yeah.
One of the things that we associate your work with is fun. And when we talk about, engaging particularly young people in faith in the church, often there's this thing, well, that may not be very fun. But I mean, again, blessed mode, Jesus doesn't mean for us not to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy life. In fact, joy is a fruit of the Spirit. Joy is of Jesus. Joy is of God. Yeah. Talk to me about the fact that you are a person who, a comedian, actor, you are a fun person, even when you weren't having fun outside of God, but you didn't leave that fun behind as a faith leader, as an entertainer. I know you must have had a good time with No Big Deal and Scooty Wop making the song. Talk about that aspect of joyousness in your ministry and in your work.
Let me tell you this, happiness and joy, a lot of people mix that together. That's two different, but it's totally two different things. And happiness is like, oh, somebody got me a gift. Woo! You know, I'm happy within that moment. But joy is remaining happy even with what's going on. You know what I mean? So even if there's something that's a struggle that you're dealing with, or there's a crisis, you still find the Christ in it. You still find the joy in it. You still find the gratefulness in it. And that's keeping that joy no matter what the situation is. And that's what's beautiful about it. And so when I started to figure that out, because, you know, I even went through a test this week. We just shot the music video, and it was just like, okay, I'm going through some things in my life right now, but I got this music video that's coming up. You know what I mean? I got this going on. And the God reminded me of the joy. You know what I mean? The joy, you know, this song and what we're saying. Like within the song, I'm saying my ending has changed because I chose to follow God. You know what I mean? I went through the fire, but I don't smell like smoke, because of the fact that I went through it, and who we're touching through it. And of course, where the enemy is going to try to come and bring things and thoughts into my mental. And so for me, it's like, yo, I want to show people that you can still have that joy. And that joy went on to the video shoot. That joy was on everybody. I still got people calling me right now at the video shoot saying, yo, man, we just love the hospitality. We love the, and one brother that's on my crew, because I have a great, amazing crew that I work with. He said, man, I just love the atmosphere that was created before we started filming. And that is what I want to hear. That's literally what I want to hear, because we can change our atmosphere by the joy that we bring. You know what I mean? And through our actions. And that's really what it's about. So that's why I'm always into Christian hip hop, Christian music, you know, and just the fact of like just being you and unapologetically you and repping the Lord. So anybody that's repping God, I'm all for it. You know, clothing lines, whatever it may be, you know, because it's always it's ministry within what you're doing. You could be just whatever you're wearing. You know what I mean? His glory alone. That's what that means. So you're walking around and you're saying that, and you're walking, doing that, and somebody goes, wow, okay, yeah. And this was a born again hooligan. Like you be going through some things, but you're born again and you can get through it. You know what I mean? And people might think you're crazy. You know what I mean? But you're not. You know, but you're not, you know, and the world will try to make you think that. But the thing about it is that you're crazy for the Lord. And so, yes, to answer your question, I know that was a long answer, but to answer your question, yes, I'm keeping my joy. That same swag that I have, that swag was given to me by God.
Amen.
That creativity is given me by God. That fun is given to me by God. And that's the thing that we have to show people, because so many people think like, if you love the Lord, you got to be like, and then act like you were baptized in, you know, lemonade, you know what I'm saying, like a lemon juice, and you just like, I love the Lord. No, nobody would want to, you know, say, okay, I'm going to believe this peace that you're telling me about when I'm looking at you and you don't even act like you even got any peace, and you're mean and you're all these different things. Joy comes from the Lord. Amen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, joy comes from the Lord, and swag comes from the Lord. You know what I mean? As well. You know what I mean? So he's the one that gives it to us. He breathes life into us. So yeah.
Well, listen, man, you know, we got a couple more minutes before we go to break. Yeah. I want to dive deeper, along with Dee, into the book that inspired this new song. Blessed Mode, you put out late last year, I believe. Blessed Mode, 90 days to level up your faith. And I know that's the real mission. The song, obviously, is to have fun. It's a great music, and it's another platform for ministry. But I really want to get into this book, which I think is a much needed book right now, as we, again, try to encourage everyone, but certainly try to encourage young people, many of whom are struggling with mental wellness issues coming out of these last couple of years. So yeah, listen, you're listening to Be Lifted Up, your guide to living an abundant life. We're here with the one and only Kel Mitchell, who just dropped his new hip hop single, Blessed Mode, featuring No Big Deal and Scooty Wop. And listen, man, we're just so glad to have you on the show. We will be right back.